Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Nick. Today I'm going to be talking to you about polyrhythms. So polyrhythms, otherwise known as cross rhythms, otherwise known as hemiolas, are a really cool rhythmic device. Essentially, you're putting one meter over the other meter. Now, this seems like a really difficult concept, and I know for me, was at least when I was like in high school or when I was like first starting out playing music, I was really kind of scared by polyrhythms. You know, they had this like kind of quality like, oh, if you can play polyrhythms, you're going to be a great musician. Or, oh, this musician's amazing because he plays this polyrhythm in this song and blah, blah, blah. But actually, polyrhythms are kind of simple. A polyrhythm is actually playing half notes. That polyrhythm was essentially 2/4 over 1/4. Also, one moment that really clarified polyrhythms for me was actually a Jonathan Kreisberg masterclass, where he brought up the point that polyrhythms are everywhere in nature. You know, the polyrhythms between the birds chirping and the cars going, and for example, people chatting on the street, all these sorts of things, that's polyrhythms. And it doesn't seem super mathematical when that's happening, and it doesn't really bother us or really stand out. So we should try to strive to make polyrhythms sound as natural as they do in real life situations. I was at the masterclass, I think about 7 years ago now, maybe 8, and that's something that stuck with me. That's something that I've really tried to keep in my playing. So today I'm going to be kind of walking you through some of the simple polyrhythms in order to get you started, and I'm going to kind of explain how to get every other polyrhythm that you want. If you're into these kind of videos, please like and subscribe, turn on notifications. I'm making new videos every Monday at 3 p.m. So check it out. So let's get into it. So I already showed you one polyrhythm, which is 1/2. Now let's up the number. Let's do 2/3. So first I'm going to play it for you, and then I'm going to explain how I got there. So one thing, if you noticed, I was playing the 2 in the top voice, and then I was playing the 3 in the bottom voice. But for each of them, I was grouping them melodically. So in the top voice, I was going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's a 2-note grouping. So that way I can keep track of where the beats are going to line up. In the bottom voice, I was playing groupings of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then when you put them together, so it's a really awesome strategy to have distinctive ideas for each of the lines. For example, when I play 9/4 over 9/8, which is essentially just playing quarter notes over 9/8, it's really helpful to group the melody. So for example, in the top voice, I'm going to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But in the bottom voice, I'm going to play 9/8, and I'm going to group it 2, 2, 2, 3. So taka 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 taka. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna have a 4-note grouping. Taka 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 taka. So taka 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 taka. A guitar player and you just want to tap it out, one thing you can do is, like, for example, I'm going to hit my shoulder for the 2 and I'm going to snap with a 3. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So it really helps you hear them as 2 separate rhythms rather than da, da, ki, da, 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 ki, da. So the rhythm that I played was 3 quarter notes on the bottom and 2 dotted quarter notes on the bottom. So to get any polyrhythm, all you're going to do is essentially group a subdivision in the certain rhythm that you want it to be in. Now in a bar of 3/4, we have a total of 6 eighth notes. So if we divide 6 eighth notes into 3, we group them into 3s, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. We have 2 perfectly divided notes that fit over 3, and they both line up at beat 1. So that's essentially how we arrive at that polyrhythm. So it's 2 dotted quarter notes and 3 quarter notes. So essentially, to get any meter divided into 2, all you have to do is group the eighth notes in whatever number that the meter is. So for example, if we want to do, for example, 2 over 7, that means we're going to group eighth notes in 7. So if we have eighth notes grouped in 7, we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and. So it's going to come in on the and of 4. So you would basically have this rhythm. So that's a 2 over 7 polyrhythm. So we can do that in any meter. For example, in 4/4, if we group eighth notes in 4, we just get half notes. So if we want to keep on, for example, let's do 2 over 5. If we group eighth notes grouped in 5, it's going to hit on beat 1 and on the end of 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And so on. We can keep going with that. Now I'm going to show you how to get the threes of the polyrhythms. So with 3 polyrhythms, in order to have 3 over anything, all we have to do is group triplets in whatever meter we're in. So for example, I'm going to do a 3 over 4 polyrhythm. So what I'm going to do to get that is I'm going to take triplets in 4/4, and I'm going to group them in 4s. So I like to count triplets as tuck-it-tuck-it-tuck-it-tuck-it, but you can go triplet, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and. There's a lot of different ways, but for me, tuck-it just kind of rolls off the tongue, and it's kind of what I'm used to. So essentially, where it's going to land, we're going to have triplet. So it's going to end on the second triplet, triplet. So it's going to end on the third triplet. So we have the first triplet, then we have the second triplet over here, then the third triplet over here, and that's it. Those are our 3 notes. So it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So there we have a 3 over 4 polyrhythm. If we wanted to do 3 over 5, we would just do triplets grouped in 5. So we're going to get triplet. So it's going to be the third triplet of beat 2. Triplet. So it's going to be the second triplet of beat 4. And then we have beat 5 here. So I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to make sure all my melodies are the same notes as their corresponding meter. So let's see how this sounds. Triplet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we can keep going with that. We can, for example, do 3 over 7. And so on and so forth. We can keep going with that. Now the last one I'm going to talk about is how to get 4 over anything. So for this one, we're going to take 16th notes and group them the same way we're grouping the other subdivisions. So for example, if we wanted to do 4 over 3, which is the same thing as 3 over 4 but flipped, now we're thinking in 16th note land instead of triplet land, we're just going to group 16th notes in 3. I'm going to use 1 Iana for this. You can use Takadimi, you can use Taka. It doesn't really matter so much as long as it makes sense to you. 1 Iana, 2 Iana, 1 Iana, 2 Iana, 3 Iana, 1 Iana, 2 Iana, 3 Iana, 1 Iana, 2 Iana, 3 Iana. So for example, if we put that in 5/4, we're going to have beat 1, and then we're going to have the second 16th note of beat 2, the third 16th note of beat 3, which is actually just the offbeat 8th note, and then the fourth 16th note of beat 4, and then we're just going to play beat 5. So it's going to sound like this. And as for this one and all the other ones, you can also do this tapping on your body. You can do a bunch of different things. So that's all for today's lesson. I hope you found this useful. If you have any questions, as always, please leave it in the comments. And if you have a favorite polyrhythm, leave that in the comments. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. I'm releasing new videos every Monday at 3 p.m. They're going to range from educational videos to covers and all a bunch of cool stuff. So please check it out. If you made it this far, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. So polyrhythms, otherwise known as polyrhythm. So God damn it.